Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. If this happens to be your first time visiting, welcome to Siempre Infinitos DIY. I am so happy to have you join me today. As well, I am so excited to share with you how I made this snow girl. She is so adorable, along with how I transformed this light post that I got from the Dollar Tree. So with all of that being said, let's begin. So the first thing I did was just to add some round pieces of foam, not foam, I'm sorry, well yeah, foam clay, and these are going to be her cheeks, and you want to make sure to glue these down because that would actually help it from moving around when you're placing the clay. So then I'm going to just start conditioning my clay, and I'm going to roll out a piece, and I'm going to cover my foam ball. Now I'm just going to be focusing on the front, which is going to be where her face is going to be at. I want to make sure there's no bubbles. If I see any bubbles, I'm just going to go right ahead and pop those. I really don't care for the back or the side for that matter, because I am going to be placing a beanie on her head. Also, I am using here some resin eyes that I went ahead and glued those down and press them down. This way, when it dries, they won't fall out or they won't be easy to come off. Then I want her to have a cute little smile, so I just use an eyes tip, and then I made a moon shape, and then that's going to be mimicking her smile. Now y'all know I love pink, so I just went ahead and this is the color that I'm going to choose, that I chose to make her beanie. And then the same size of ball that I use for her head is going to be the same size that I'm going to use for her beanie. Now for the beanie, you do want to make sure that you make a hole in the center of the half of the ball, because this way when you place it on her head, it won't look obvious that it's flat, and plus it will look much better. And then you can just add the border going around. Even if you were to add the border, let's say, and you don't make the hole, it's still going to be noticeable. So it's just best that you make a little hole in there and then just measure it to the size of her head. So y'all, if y'all have seen this silicone many times, yeah, I can pretty much tell that I love it. And well, it's the only one that I have. I don't know if they make any others, so if y'all have seen others, please let me know, and where have you seen them, because to be honest with you, I have not. If I have, I would have bought it, but since I don't have another, that just means I have not seen it. Okay, and then also this was way too wide for her scarf, so I just went ahead and cut it in half, because really what I'm focusing is just covering the ball in the between where two balls meet, and then of course it's going to be her scarf. So I just went ahead, like I said, roll that out, and I like using my roller when I use silicone, because this way it flattens and it's not thick on one end and then thin on the other. So yeah, so once I went ahead and added her bowl, then I'm going to be adding some accessories. Now I forgot to mention that I also went ahead and colored in her cheeks. I gave her some rosy cheeks. This way they'll pop out even more. And just sidetrack, well, not a sidetrack, but this inspiration actually came from Pinterest, and what I saw there, she was holding flowers, and I really wanted to do that, but when I started adding the embellishments, I kind of like just went away from that, so maybe sometime in the future I'll probably make another, which most likely I will, but I do want to add some flowers to her. Okay, so I forgot to mention too that I went ahead and used a skewer stick. This way it can have more stability, in her head, so it won't be moving around and what have you. And this is what I chose rather than flowers. I thought that this pom pom would look a lot cuter than the flowers, to be honest with you. I'm still curious to see how flowers will look on her, but for this I wanted to just have a pom pom. And then of course I gave her a little nose, and realizing that the nose was way too big, so I did go in there and cut it a little bit smaller for her head because it looked a little bit too big. And then also I wanted her to have her eyes to have some indentions, so I just went ahead and used here a tool, just made almost like a V shape, and yeah. So friends, really quick, if I know a lot of times, and I really prefer to make videos that are short and to the point, but if you would like for me to make longer videos explaining better, because I know a lot of times when I make short videos, I can't really fully explain. I have to go as fast as I can to try to put everything in there. But I feel that I miss it. I miss saying things and what have you. So let me know what you think. But yeah, now back to the video. So here I have, these are going to be her arms, and I just made sure that they are the same size, because you would hate for one to be longer than the other. And then for the gloves, they are little teardrops, and then I just snipped the side, which is going to be the thumb. And then when I use this tool, I like to press like a hole in it, because it's kind of flattened, and for me, I don't know why, but it looks more like a hand rather than it just being flat, if that makes any sense. It feels more, well, yeah. Anyways, so the same design that her beanie has, the border, I want her mittens to also match that. So I just grabbed some little clay here, and then I'm just going to wrap each glove with that little border going around. This way she can be matching and what have you. So yeah, and again, back to the picture that I first had saw on Pinterest, and what was my first idea to go with. I went ahead and changed it, because on top of not looking good with the pom-pom that I had added on her, and the flowers didn't really go well with that, so I decided to go also with giving her some bling blings, but you'll see that in just a minute. So another thing that I have learned over the years, that whenever you add heavy clay to any of your projects, you always want to make sure that they are really held in there with glue. And then also you want to use a skewer stick, for example here with the arms, because this is going to give it that stability of hold, from keeping it from falling and what have you, and the support that it needs. Otherwise they're just going to, because the clay is heavy, since it's not dry, it's going to wind up like falling down to the sides, or it's going to lose its shape or what have you. I did make the mistake of not pressing the stick there on where the one I'm going to add this arm to, and so it was way too far out. I noticed it, and when I tried to push it in, I noticed that I was almost making a hole, so I did not like that. So you want to make sure that to press that in. And so this is the embellishment that I was talking about. These are little cute snowflakes that I found at the Dollar Tree when I saw the light post. So they actually came from an ornament that they had there, so I just took the ornament apart, kept the little snowflakes, and I thought it was just cute. Added some buttons, and there you go. What do you think? She looks so freaking adorable. Anyway, so here's the light post. Okay, so this came from the Dollar Tree. I love it. I'm just not too crazy about the color, so I just went ahead and took off that oh, what is that supposed to be? Some type of garland? I don't know. No, there's another word for it. I can't remember right now. But anyway, so I wanted to give it a different color. So what I did is first is tape up the little windows that I have there, and then I went and took the spray and painted it pink. This is a very light pink. So now that it's painted, I wanted to give it like a garland going, adding a garland to it, and I wanted to do more like a Candyland theme with it, but I don't know just yet, because I started looking at it, and I mean, I don't know how many times I did what I did to it and I didn't like it, and I just kept taking it apart, and I was like, you know what, this is what I'm gonna stick with. But for now, this is what I love. And spoiler alert, as I was adding the garland and all the other things that I was adding to it, I was, for whatever reason, not crazy with the color. It's like this is the color that I wanted, and then I went in, I started adding another color, and before you know it, I painted it a whole different color, which you will see towards the end of the video. But yeah, so here is another silicone. This one I believe this one came from Walmart, if I'm correct. And this is oh my goodness, I forgot which Christmas garland this is, but it has the little red berries on them. But anyways, I decided to go with these little beads, and they're colorful, so I wanted them to mimic like little candy drops and what have you. And so I just went ahead and added so many, and I pressed them down. Normally I don't, but when I don't do that, they fall off so easily, even if I add glue to them. So I make sure to press them down so they can fully stay in there and not fall off later. And then I went ahead and added some oh my goodness, I guess there some glitter. Thank you. I had to look at it. I added some glitter to it and then just shook off whatever extra glitter. But I made sure that I went ahead and added more glue to it because the glue was drying up since I'm sitting right underneath my fan. And so, yeah, here I have some holly berries, majigger thing, or I can't remember the name of this, leaves. And I just went ahead and added these on the top. So this is when I started noticing that I wasn't too crazy about the color. So here it is. It went gold. So I went from pink to gold and I love it, but now I'm feeling like it's way too much gold. Anyways, my friends, as you can notice, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope I inspire you into making one. And until the next time, my friends, stay safe, be kind. Bye.